writing what I want to let go down on a piece of paper, which is still affirming. You don't just throw it in a fire and the shit goes away. It doesn't work like that. This is a program. This is a memory. This is something that you have attached yourself to, that you have now considered to be your truth. Come hold me close, just let me know if you're here to take care of me. Come hold me close. Peace and welcome to the Alchemy Priestess Podcast. Today, I wanted to speak about creating a new narrative for yourself, which I think is super important. So here's the deal. A lot of us tend to maneuver ourselves towards wanting to put so much energy and effort to change the external dynamic of our experiences. And I think we forget that the only reason why our external experiences currently exist in our reality is because we place them there by approving and accepting its truth. Everything around you is a vivid dynamic of where you feel you're worthy, your visions. Some of it is definitely debris from your mind and your subconscious mind, just debris that's just been sitting there, that's playing out in your reality, which is usually the shit that we sit back and be like, well, I've been doing so consistently for the last few years, and then this pops up, that we consider trials and tribulations, not realizing that you still have debris. Just because you're doing the work today doesn't mean that you don't have debris that is just chilling and decides to uproot itself whenever we're going through shifts. So remember that a lot of the external experiences that we're currently going through right now was formed from a thought, a vision, a passionate, fervent feeling and desire attached to that thing. And so you didn't have to make effort to go out there and find friends to, and I'm talking about like consistent effort. Like, you just don't go out there making consistent effort to go out and find friends, or a consistent effort to, hang around with a certain lover, or, all of this is something that you align yourself to according to the frequency that dwells within yourself. And so why would you make effort to get rid of these things when all you would need to do is create a new frequency and narrative and tell a different story, and then allow energy to disintegrate? I had said that the other day on a video, and that shit was real. Like, why would I create so much energy and put so much of my energy in trying to release and let go into all of this shit and writing what I want to let go down on a piece of paper, which is still affirming? You don't just throw it in a fire and the shit goes away. It doesn't work like that. This is a program. This is a memory. This is something that you have attached yourself to, that you have now considered to be your truth. There is no burning shit in the fire on a fucking full moon and now all of your problems go away. It's not how this works. This is a program. So in order to replace a program in a computer, what do? You have to download the old program and replace it with a new program. Or you have to upgrade it to a new version. Does that mean that the program goes away? It doesn't. The information is still there. However, the new program that you download is going to help it to produce better, and it's going to move better. There's not going to be, it just kind of, pausing, or there's just not enough memory to, get it to work properly. No, you just create a better version, and this is what this is about. This is not, the rituals are fun, yeah, it's all fun, but baby, this is about consciousness. This is about your subconscious mind that is actually animating your life. It's on automatic pilot. So to sit back and to write a journal of all of your problems and trying to go back into the Akashic records to figure out why somebody did something to you, or, going back and, let's do a past life regression. Why do we constantly want to deal with the past? And we'll fucking sugarcoat this shit like it's a spiritual journey. And that's fine. If that's the vibe that you're on, that's fine. That's a version of yourself. But then there's another version that understands that going through your past and digging into that shit can also cause anxiety. And it can cause panic attacks because you're not living in the present moment. Why do we sugarcoat things in spirituality, but still want to be the victim of our story that we've written for ourselves? This is why the present moment is so important. And I didn't take this shit to heart years ago, but now I totally understand. And I have so much grace, and it's not even forgiveness, because even the word forgiveness even puts it in a space that somebody has done something to me. So I forgive you for that, victim. You have to allow things to be as they are and realize that they exist for your journey. And they exist only because you exist in that frequency that you're holding. And let me see if I can pin this on me. I don't know if it's going to sound the same, but sorry. So yeah, we have to realize what we're doing. And so being able to live in this present moment is recognizing the parts of you that just want to enjoy your life and enjoy the journey going forward. Your future self already exists. This is the beautiful part about this now. The future self that you keep visualizing already exists because of the energy that you have put in there. And it is law that whatever you focus on is already being created and is there for you. You just have to align yourself energetically. And this is not knowing a certain frequency of a thing. This is just about your perception of life and your perception of your reality. That's what true alignment is. And to know that your future self already exists, your past self is already gone, and now all you have is this present moment. I can take this off now. And that is what matters most, and I think we really create so much unnecessary chaos in our lives, even though some of us are probably addicted to that shit. We love chaotic people. We love chaotic environments. We love chaotic situations in our lives. And whether you're conscious of it or not, it reveals itself just by the people that you're around and the shit that happens to you in your life, and how you're speaking and how you view and how you perceive your life, and it's all a choice, and that's the beautiful thing about this life, is that you have free will to make a different choice. So when you begin to realize that all is divine, your future self already exists, your past self is already gone, you already needed what you needed from that. There's no need to go back to it, and just live for your present moment. And living for the present moment is being in gratitude for where you are, what you've obtained from the experiences, and where it is that you would like to see yourself in visualization and living from your heart center. And the more that you focus on the present moment with all of that frequency, you got to allow the universe to do the rest. Let the universe do the work. Let the universe pick out the people that are for the next version of yourself. Let the universe pick out if you want a job or if you're an entrepreneur. Let all of that figure itself out. You just have to remain in your frequency, and the same ways that we love to have an intimate relationship with a human being is the same way that we should want to have a relationship with your higher self, aka universe. And once you begin to put all of that same energy that you would put into an individual, then you begin to see the changes coming into your life, and the changes begin immediately. So instead of focusing on all of the past life regression and the Akashic records, and that shit's not going anywhere. Again, it's a program. It's a narrative that you experience because you had to. But you don't have to remain there, and choosing that is meaning that you want to remain there. So when you create this new narrative for yourself, you're telling a new story. And sometimes you're going to have to be Delulu in order to make it real for yourself. There's going to be this space where it's going to be required of you to live a very delusional life. And there's nothing wrong with that because you're living delusion with intentions. And when you're living delusion with intentions, you're speaking to the universe that this is where I'm currently at within myself. Even though through the external aspect of it, it may not seem like it, in here and in here, you're already there. Mind-heart coherence, it's connected. So to other people, it may seem like you're lying. It may seem even to yourself that you are a liar. However, everything in the universe is in the now moment. And the only reason why we tend to not be in the now moment is because we deal with the time traveler, which is the mind. The mind is the time traveler who likes to go in every direction opposite of where the body is, which is the present moment. And so it's not that we don't need this. Obviously we do. But you get to call forth when to use it and how to use it, and demand which aspect of it you need it or you need according to where you're at on your journey. And the more that you begin to take accountability for your mental state, what you keep rehashing, what you keep being a victim of, the lack of accountability for your energy field, the more that you begin to channel this and be accountable for this every single day, you begin to harness this stillness within yourself that can be the observer and step back and observe where you're currently at. I did a video the other day with it was this morning, and Jennifer Aniston in my story on my Instagram page. And, my Instagram page, by the way, is the Alchemy Priestess as well. And she was basically cursing a car, right? And then she stopped and she started to take control of where her energy was going. And she took a couple of deep breaths. She spoke to herself. She counted down from 5, turned around, and she was good again. This is the prime example of what we need to do. We realize where we're taking ourselves. When we take ourselves, pull that shit back, humble it, and say, this is what we're doing now. And oftentimes we have to do that with the mind. Since the mind is the time traveler, which we all love to do because it likes to go to the past, you have this relationship with your mind now where that's all it wants to do is go into the past. It loves being the victim. It loves playing the victim in the story. But your victor is right in the center of it all, which is the present moment. Everything in nature dwells in the present moment, which is always our greatest teacher, which is what we're truly connected to. This is why they say to always get out in nature and be still and observe, because it's yourself that you're able to see, feel, and touch, and taste, and hear. But because we're in this city life and full of chaos and politics and everything else that's out there, which is just one reality, this quantum field that we're in is full of different realities that you can tap into. You're not stuck. You're not lost. You're not in this field of, I don't know what's going on. You just have to get reconnected with self. And once you get reconnected with self, you get reconnected with source. and all of the answers begin to flow through you. And they're actually already there. It's just an opening up of a portal within yourself that you've closed the door to, but you have the key to because it is you at all times. So when you create this new narrative, again, be delusional. Be as delusional as you have to be. Romanticize this life for yourself, this relationship that you have with yourself, wherever you see it. And know that the future aspect is already done. It's already created. You just have to be in the now moment and be able to channel this energy and condition your mind to travel to where you want it to travel to, not to where it needs to travel to. Hold on a minute, because my cat. All right, she's just playing, moving with the with this. She's probably going to do it again. Yep, because she's a child, and this is what children do, you know? All right, I put her in the front, so hopefully she'll chill over there and play. Yeah, so, we got to do better. We got to do better, alchemists. We got to do better. We have to know, not believe, know that we have the power already within us to change the narrative of what we're speaking. When you feel yourself speaking an old story, you're around old friends that talk about everything that you guys have done in the past, you are stuck in the past. When you have a boyfriend that you're still friends with, and all you guys talk about is what happened in the past, you are stuck in the past. You have to create a narrative where we're speaking in the now moment, where it is that we see ourselves. And sometimes you're going to have people that are living just as much as delusional as you are, so that way you guys can truly align and create the desire that you want. And there's nothing wrong with that. I want to live in delusional land all damn day long. I really do. And that's where you're going to find me. You're going to find me in delusional land because I have this fervent desire of living in the present moment. And oftentimes when I teeter-totter and I decide I want to start going this direction, I have to pull myself and remember to just be here now. And then you have to remember you still have your future self. What do you want him or her to look like? What type of relationships are they in? What type of environments are they in? What types of foods are they eating? What does it smell like around you? All of this matters. Hold on. It all matters, and it's extremely important. So, yeah, this is what I wanted to do this video on for this podcast this time. And, we have to grab the reins and be the chariot and the driver of the chariot and direct ourselves in where we really want to see. And it's not just one time. This is consistency. Repetition is the mother of learning. Repetition is the mother of learning. Repetition is the mother of learning. The more that you are consistent, the more you get momentum. It just keeps going, and you keep getting that energy, and you keep firing and firing and firing that energy. Have you ever seen, there's this Asian guy, and he balls up a piece of paper, and you'll find it like on YouTube or something, and he's just kind of directing his energy over and over and over again. And then the paper starts to light up with fire. Those are the gifts that we have. And these people know this and they use it and they don't second guess themselves. We can barely get into a vehicle that we may like, or barely get into a certain space of ourselves, let alone turn a fucking piece of paper into fire or light a piece of paper with fire. But we all have that. That is an aspect of yourself. So yeah, we just gotta really start thinking better and feeling deeper into this experience of ours and know that everything is divine, and the narrative that you write for yourself, let it be beautiful. Let it be something that you've never experienced before, because all we are is just this robotic space of ourselves replaying every single day over and over and over again. Look at your life. What's changed? Are you still doing the same thing every single day? There's nobody else to blame for that but this. Sear that light of the pineal gland into whatever it is that you desire for yourself. Know this to be true for yourself, and watch how things begin to shift around you. It's divine love, created in the image and likeness of. Remember that. Let that be your fucking motto. So when you forget who the fuck you are, you remember that as your affirmation. I'm made in the image and likeness of. That's power. All right. Peace.